What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So, wanted to go over a few new statues, but also talk about just a few quick things. I made a post in my Facebook group if I should consider putting Candyman down here in this display. As you see, I could actually fit another 1/3 scale statue in there. By moving him to the left, him slightly to the right, bring them both forward, I could do a three pair right there. Just like I have with Myers, Ghostface, and Leatherface, all three on one garage shelf. I could absolutely fit an additional statue down here. The question begs, I do like the Candyman statue. I think it's a really cool looking statue. The base is awesome. And just in case you guys, let me actually show you the picture of what it looks like Photoshop. If you guys are not part of my Facebook group, be sure to join Flankster Statue Collectors in the description below. But this is how I Photoshopped it. He's the exact same height as him, 28 inches tall. His base is 19 inches wide, but the way his arms are angled, I feel like it fits really good. It's like, because both these guys, their arms stick out, but his arms are both up. And so I feel like, yeah, that would look pretty freaking cool. I do like it. Now, in terms of the movie, I watched the original movie like 6 months ago, but I wasn't paying super attention to it. I need to rewatch it. Sometimes I find these older movies you got to watch a few times before you enjoy them. It was okay. I watched a remake that had... Who was in it? I swear it's like a Marvel character. But I did enjoy the remake. I thought the remake was really good. So I do like that aspect. I at least like one version of Candyman. But I need to rewatch the original, because this is set to ship in like a month, like next month. And it's a limited edition of 150. The exclusive, platinum exclusive, is still available to PO through PCS. So if I am going to consider it, I could put it here. Now, other horror characters I would consider, there's Hellraiser, of course. Getting a Pinhead 1/3 would be really cool. I think Pinhead is even, a much more classic horror icon than Candyman is. Of course, Candyman is a, horror icon, and we have all the, I would say Pinhead's probably the one icon I truly don't have in my setup. Now, I do like the PCS 1/3 Howling and Pumpkinhead. However, they're way too expensive. And I've never seen the Howling, and I'm not going to buy it. I'm not spending 15 bucks. I wanted to stream it for free, but nobody's, they'll want you to buy it. So I'm not going to stream it. Plus, I'm very happy with that Lycan setup, so I don't really need a werewolf representation. I think it's a cool statue, though. I do like the PCS Pumpkinhead 1/3, although the display ability seems like such a pain. Like such a pain to display that. Anyways, so that's one thing I wanted to show you. One other thought. Now, as you guys know, I currently have my Predator set up here in this closet. And I'm not the biggest fan of the Predator in here. I would prefer it here in the main room. Just theme-wise, it fits much better in my opinion. It's the only 1/3 scale in this room. For me, theme-wise, this room we have orcs, like Lord of the Rings, so fantasy. You have Transformers, so big robots, and then, of course, Kaiju, Godzilla, Kong. So I feel like there are a few themes that do fit in this closet as more or less one-offs or continuation of lines. So Neytiri, that is a fantasy film, so this fits. I actually think I underscaled this bust in the photo. She goes basically to the top of the, cutoff. And she would almost be as wide as this closet. She is ridiculously big, also $6,000. She's one option here. Additionally, there's a Pacific Rim option. Pacific Rim definitely fits theme-wise. More Lord of the Rings. If you got a Gollum life-size, put it in there. That fits theme-wise. You could also technically do Transformers, but there is just one other thought. Anytime I go to sell a statue, I always think, do I want to sell this? Is there, especially if it's due to display reasons I'm selling it, not because I don't like it. But I have thought and Photoshop, this guy. What about him? Now, I technically have sold it. Yes, it's on payment plan, but I'm losing $2,000 selling it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's actually more than $2,000. You know, based off what I paid and what shipping is going to cost, $2,000. That's such a loss. I'm losing like 40% of my money off this guy. And he does fit the theme of big robot, you know, and wife told me not to sell it. She's like, you're an idiot if you sell that. But I, of course, come into display problems if I was to get it and put it here. You know, I want that Neytiri. Now, Neytiri is also $6,000. And money is not the same in the Flank Cave as it used to be, folks. Unfortunately, my new job, I just do not make the same amount of money. And so it's not as easy to buy a $6,000 piece as it used to be. I would probably have to sell several things, save up several, you know, it would definitely be difficult. And I hear it's shipping in March next year. Theoretically, I could go for the smaller Neytiri bust. It's still fantastic, not as good a base, but you could decorate the base. It's easier to display, and I could actually even fit it right there. I measured, it would easily fit. She's 3 feet tall, much easier on the width and depth, and she's half the cost, only $3,000. You know, I feel like if I did do that Neytiri version, I'd definitely want to pair it with probably the Prime 1, you know, avatar setup. I feel like that would look really good. You know, where the bigger one, you got to get the 1/3 Infinity if you get that, which also is $3,000. So you're looking at, with shipping and everything, $10,000 for an avatar setup. You know, and to put in perspective this guy, I paid $3,800 for him, $850 for the Mark 7, or Mark 43. I'm selling it for $3,250. Shipping will be at least $700. It's going East Coast. So as you see, it's about $2,100 in losses for what I consider a grail, the Shockwave of Marvel statues. Now, I know Marvel shouldn't go in that room, but it does fit the theme of a big robot. It does fit that theme of a big robot, and I think it would look badass in that corner. I think it'd fit better than Predator would. It is 1/4 scale. I have Shockwave in that room, and I've seen this next to Shockwave, and I think it does look cool. Granted, this isn't directly next to it, but it does fit that theme of big robots. You know, it's just a thought that's crossed my mind. You know, I still plan to sell it, but if I was to move it in that room, I'd only move it if I was to, you know, keep it. Like, I'm not going to move it if I'm going to sell it just to try it out. This thing is so hard to move. So, yeah. Anyways, who all of you guys are going to be playing the new Wukong, you know, this game right here? I got that bad boy. I did purchase it, and I am excited to play it, folks. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, let's check out some new statues at Sideshow's website. See what we got going on here. So we got a new Mystique premium format. I did own the previous premium format. It retailed at $500 from what I remember, so it's nearly $200 more. This one, she's holding some sort of giant laser gun. Problem with the laser gun, it does block her costume. And it looks like she's, you know, using some sort of monitor, probably to guard someone that they're working on. 15 inches tall, light up features in the base and the monitor. Irene Idler? I don't even know who that is. It's not bad looking, but I'm also just not impressed. You know, I don't see, is there any swap outs? 3 swap out pieces. Security left leg, left arm holding key card, guard belt. So her foot is different. Her hand is different. Huh. It's okay. Nothing super impressive. Sideshow usually doesn't impress me these days. Of course, you got the quarter scale Superman. The Hush Superman, basically rescaled smaller. Although I don't remember this little ivy thing. It's still 30 inches tall. Now the 1/3 I think is like 40 inches tall. So it's still a really tall quarter scale. And I know in general the 1/3 is highly sought after. It does have like the rotating base. I don't think this one has that. The base does look a little bit different. At least like right here looks different. 3 portraits, 2 headstands, 1 designed base. I mean, I'd argue this is the best Superman quarter scale statue out there. It's better than any of the sideshows. $1,000. Though the bonus version, what's included in that? 250 Norton. I know sideshow upped the cost. Looks like you got some additional portraits. I'm still just not a fan of the whole diaper look. Even though I know it's comic accurate, I'm not a fan, folks. But I still think this is the best comic-looking Superman statue ever made. And it's great for those who wanted the 1/3 but don't collect 1/3 and only do 1/4. Now they have that option. So I think that is great. Although I'm still not a fan of, Prime 1, doing that because it does devalue the, 1/3 in essence. Batman Black Variant Premium Format. Let's see, so you have what, a blue one and a black one. I always prefer black over blue for Batman. So this is the new PF. How many PFs have they done now? Although I will say, I like this one. I do like this. I think it's a cool concept. Price $6.90, in line with everything else. I think this is better than any of the previous premium formats I've seen by Sideshow of Batman. I've seen several of them in person at like different comic shops. This one takes the cake as the best. Good size, 27 inches, hanging on some sort of rooftop. You got bats everywhere. What the heck is he holding in his hand? Kind of hard to see. All right, those are a bunch of bats. Is that all it is? It looks like he's holding his cape. And then just bats everywhere. Still, I do like this. I think it's better than any of the other premium format for Batman. That one definitely takes the cake for me. I'm not even going to look at 1/10 scales. Those just do not interest me. Unless it's something big. So this is new by PCS, the Planet Hulk bust. Now this price is a lot. And it's only 27 inches tall, 17 inches wide, 22 inches deep. That is expensive for what looks like just a head and then a bunch of like 1/20th scale figures. Like this is pricey. It's not silicone. There's no glass eyes. It's all polystone. I gotta say, PCS has been getting more and more expensive. So let's see, that's the thing. I haven't read the comics, so I don't know too much about this. Unless I've seen it in the movie, I don't know much. I've seen some animated shows. This is a piece you're gonna have to display like on a turntable, so you can see all the like cool details and like dioramas. Like looks like Hulk is fighting some sort of just alien creature. Is there a picture of this next to a human? I want to see like how big it looks next to a person. Yeah, they don't have anything. It's okay. Like, I don't really care to own something like this. It's okay. I'd prefer just a standard bust and then do sort of like, what Queen and Prime 1 has done, where it's like a little diorama in the back. Probably one of the best ones, honestly, is the new Arnold bust by Queen, where it has him going into the lava. That is so cool. That, to me, is a way cooler looking bust than this, where it's just a head. Also, that looks sculpted. That should have been, like, actual, like, real material, not sculpted. That doesn't look as realistic to me. Yeah, so I'm just not a huge fan of that. It's okay, but could have been so much better. I don't even know who Captain Rex is, but that's expensive. Let's see, is there anything else? You got Gizmo, Mogwai, 120 bucks, Trick or Treat. They just keep rerunning that. That thing's like rerun every single year. That's really kind of it. Not too much new stuff. I know we have some new statues going up for pre-order here soon. The Ash 1/4 by PCS. They showed a picture of that. Hey, look at that Liu Kang 1/10. That's kind of cool. They showed the Ash, and let me just find the photo real quickly for you. I like the concept a lot. And I like, you know, it's 1/4, so I wouldn't collect it. I used to collect 1/4, and so back then I absolutely would have bought it. You know, check that out. Like, the concept is really cool. It's based off the poster. You know, the girl looks good. It has the little Ash figures, you know, the Army of the Dead. The pose is good. But look at that portrait. Who is that? That ain't Bruce Campbell, folks. PCS screwed the pooch. And every single comment here, face likeness isn't the best. This looks nothing like Bruce Campbell. Couldn't get the likeness rights for Bruce Campbell, huh? No, like, everyone is agreeing that this likeness is off. It's a shame because it's a really cool statue, and I love this movie. I freaking love Army of Darkness. As a kid growing up, this was such a cool movie for me. You know, like I said, I'm not collecting 1/4, but I really do like this. It's just a shame that PCS really failed us on the head sculpt. They just can't get humans right. They need to stick to just creatures. They can't do humans good. The girl looks better than him, but Ash is the main star. How could you fail so badly on this? Even his body, his upper body looks off. Like, that doesn't look like Ash's body in the movie. So I think just overall, they did a really poor job on Ash. You know, from chest to top of the head, very poor job, PCS. You need to rework that immediately. Everything else is really cool on this piece. But you know they're going to charge probably $1,200 for this. And with the likeness like this, I just don't see this selling very well. Heck, the old Sideshow Premium format, which is like 12 years old, looked better than this in terms of likeness. Concept, this is 10 times better. But likeness, they really screwed the pooch. Anyways, folks, that's all I wanted to chat about. So, according to tracking, Darkside Bust should be delivered Monday. It's possible it's Tuesday, but Darkside Bust will be the next piece arriving in the collection. So, they'll be really excited to get that finally. I've been waiting so long. You know, Iron Man Bust is basically shipped, like it's at the shipping place. I'll have tracking today, the day I post this video, and then he'll take a month to arrive. So, yeah, very excited to get that Iron Man Bust. And, yeah, and let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.